Welcome back, everybody. We're here in the Reconnection space. This is the space we come to, as you know, every few weeks to talk to amazing people about their reconnection moments. We talk about reconnection with ourselves, reconnection in our relationships, the world around us, reconnection with our future. And my guest this week on the Reconnection space is the lovely Claire Cahill. Hey, Claire.
Hi.
So Claire and I met because Claire did a co-authored book with another lady called Jo, Inspirational, Fabulous and Over 40. And as many of you know, I was part of that project where we came together and we wrote our stories, and that got me thinking that there is an amazing group of women who all have a reconnection moment, all have something that's happened in their life, and why not speak directly to those wonderful ladies themselves. So Claire, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the episode.
Oh no, you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me along.
So Claire, tell everyone a bit about what you do right now in life, where you are right now.
Okay, so right now I'm a mum to 3 boys. My stepson Adam, who turns 18 in May, my eldest son who's 11 and has just started secondary school, and then my youngest son who's 8. I'm currently on a 6-week loyalty sabbatical from my paid employment. So having worked for financial organisation for nearly 29 years, I've decided to take the 6-week loyalty sabbatical, and I'm using that sabbatical to build and grow my own coaching and training business that I've had running for the last 6 years.
Fantastic. So you've been kind of doing the juggle that many of us do, where you've kept your main day job whilst building your business at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
So, challenges that brings along in terms of juggling, being a mum, a career woman, and also a business owner.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I totally feel your pain there, but wonderful achievements in terms of where you've got to. So, Claire, you have chosen a reconnection moment to share with our viewers. And as our viewers know, I don't often find out. I love now to wait for the surprise. I used to ask my guests, what are you going to talk about? And then I thought, well, actually, it's your moment. And I enjoy the excitement of waiting to hear what that reconnection moment is along with everybody else. So please tell us, what is your reconnection moment you wish to share?
Well, my reconnection moment was when I returned to work after having Henry, my second son. So financially, I had limited choices and I returned after 6 months.
Right.
Emotionally, I wasn't ready to return, but financially, I needed to return.
Yeah.
I was team manager, had a team of 10 people, very demanding responsibility, and during my maternity leave, I'd had a new boss whom I'd only really got to know 4 weeks to going on maternity leave.
Yeah.
Everybody else had built a relationship with her during those 6 months and I hadn't. And I went back and I stayed there for about 10 weeks. And it was 10 weeks of sheer hell. I was really missing my son. I was struggling being back in work. I've not got the relationships that I'd hoped that I'd got. And my boss was quite challenging, demanding, and couldn't understand why I was struggling after only having 6 months out of the business.
Right.
I did something that I'd never, ever done in all of my working career, and that was got my coat, got my bag, left in floods of tears, and went off sick.
Wow.
Now is the time for Claire Cahill. Now is the time for Claire to understand who she is, what she wants out of life, because I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a leader in a organisation, I'm a wife, but who is Claire Cahill? So I took 12 weeks to reconnect.
Yeah.
Who I
Do you know, I think so many women, and mainly our viewers are women, can empathise with that, because that time when you become a mum, you know, it is life changing. It goes without saying. And then you have to find a way for many of us to take this brand new life, this new normal, and kind of slot it back into the old one by going, you know, you make that return to work, and yet you are almost a different person and in such a different place, and you never know how you're going to feel when you take those first steps back. So having 6 months out of the business when you are just taking some time out, completely different to having 6 months and you've become a mum, you know, and now you're trying to fit all this back together. It's a totally different experience.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my world was just turned upside down after having my second son.
Yeah.
I've got a toddler, I've got a newborn, I've
Yeah.
still got a husband that was working away, and it was just completely different second time round to what it was first time round.
Yes.
You know, and you think that you know it all as a mum second time round, but I'd still got so much to learn in terms of juggling.
I remember clearly being in that position with a 2.5-year-old and a newborn, and just feeling so out of my depth, because the wonderful kind of routine and the way it was all going to be that I'd imagined from having my first child, you know, that's just all thrown out the window. And I know people have said to me, I've gone on obviously to have my son now sort of 18 years later, so I'm now back to having a 4-year-old. And people say, oh, you know, if you had another one. I was like, firstly, too old, thank you very much, and happy to say that. Secondly, I could not imagine now juggling another small person. You know, I just don't even know how I did it.
Yeah.
So you took this 12 weeks out to discover you and to get reconnected. And what did you discover?
Well, I discovered that I'd had a complete confidence crisis, and I'm very comfortable to say that now.
Yeah.
I did lots of journaling, just capturing what was in my head, putting it down onto paper to understand how my thoughts were triggering my emotions, how that impacted how I behaved around everybody. Once I'd started to identify the patterns, I was able to start to deal with the patterns. So some of that was dealing with my husband's ex-wife and the challenges that presented, and how I took responsibility and actually realizing it's not my responsibility. I can take that responsibility. And that was really, really empowering to make that decision. No longer be the facilitator, because actually it was ruining the relationship that I'd got with my stepson, and that was the worst thing that could have possibly happened. And I identified, you know, the challenges that I was facing at home and the help and support that I needed around the home. And by journaling just gave me the confidence to be able to articulate those conversations and say, this is what I'm struggling with, this is what I need help with, and can you provide it? And again, that was really empowering. And for me, asking for help was really, really difficult, because I've always been deemed the superwoman. Suddenly I was no longer superwoman. And once I'd sort of cleared my head and started to realise the things that were impacting my happiness, my self-esteem, my confidence, I realised that there was only me that could change how I felt. Nobody could make Claire happy other than Claire. Start to do the things that really made me happy. And when I started to look at work, the one thing that I realised that really made me happy was coaching people, unlocking their potential, igniting their fire. And therefore I needed to do that myself. So that was then when I embarked on my coaching journey. With the 2 days with the coaching academy, and asked my husband to come with me because I had no confidence to get on a train and go down to London, let alone go into a room with 250 people and start talking.
I've done that. I've been there with them. Gosh, yes, I remember.
So my husband came with me, and within the space of 24 hours, he said, wow, he said, I've got my wife back, her eyes are sparkling, she's brimming in confidence. I didn't need him the second day when I walked in the room because I knew exactly what I wanted coaching on. I knew exactly what steps I needed to take. And that was the start of my journey then to become a qualified coach, to launch my own coaching and training business, but also to return to work. And I used, those 2 days to formulate a plan on how I was going to return to work, how I was going to tackle the issue, and how I would work to my advantage. So that's what I did.
I think that's amazing. And I say, excuse me, having a cough. I think it was so good to hear you say that nobody could make Claire happy apart from Claire. Because I see so many people that walk through my door who are so desperate to find the magic pill, the solution, the person that will make it all better, and hoping that that might be me. You can make it all better, you can make me feel happy, and having to be honest with them and say, I can't. I can provide you with some solutions and some steps, and I can be here and support you, but only you can make yourself happy. And I think when you get that, it is the driver, isn't it, that says, okay, that's the acceptance bit, that's the aha moment, and now that gives you the choice.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of the Michael Jackson song where I'm standing and I'm looking at the man in the mirror and I'm asking him to change his ways. And
yes,
that's what I had to do. I had to look at myself in the mirror,
learn
to love myself, warts and all, accept this is the person who I am, change the things that I could change, and just accept the parts of me that is inbred in me, and I would struggle to change. And as a result of that, through me finding my happiness, everybody around me found their happiness as well.
Super.
And I think sometimes as a mum, you're the cog in the machine, and if that cog stops turning, everything else starts to collapse around you. And I've just learned now not to ever be in a position where that happens. And if I need to rest, I rest. And if I'm ready to go at 100 miles an hour, I'll go at 100 miles an hour, and everybody follows.
But there are these kind of visions, aren't there, where we're put in this position of being superwoman, and it's a badge of pride about how busy we are and how many roles we do and how many tasks we do. And actually, I don't want to be superwoman. I don't want that, because I can't be that all the time. I'm just me. I'm just human. I'm doing my best, So I think when I look at some of these things, I feel that is a lot of pressure to be putting on people. We don't have to be competitive busyness, competitive stress. Just do what you do and ask for help and find out who can give you that support. And I think that's a lovely thing to come to terms with.
Yeah, and I think having perfectionist traits, and I accept I have perfectionist traits, I've had to learn that good is good enough.
Yes.
And and I try to instill that in my children as well. Obviously, I want them to be the best version of themselves. I want them to be role models when they're at school, and I want them to reach for the moon and land amongst the stars. But sometimes good is good enough.
Good is good enough. So thank you so much for sharing that. I know there's lots of people watching who will be empathizing with so many things that you've said there. So thank you so much. And it's lovely to virtually meet you after we kind of spent so much time sharing really personal parts of our lives for the book project, and I know that was the first time I'd ever really told my story in that way. So it was a lovely opportunity. So if you have enjoyed Claire's story and you want to know more about Claire's coaching and training, what is the best place for people to find you?
Yeah, so the best place for people to find me is on LinkedIn or Facebook. My website is www.ascendocoaching.co.uk, and that's where people can connect with me.
Fantastic. And if you look below this video, you'll see any social media and website links to point you in the right direction. So we hope that you have enjoyed yet another episode of the Reconnection Space. If you have, please click link and please click the important subscribe button. That helps grow our audience and allows us to do so much more with our YouTube platform. And if you have a story that you think the viewers would love to hear about your reconnection moment, then please get in touch. We would love to hear from you as we continue to listen to real life stories of reconnection. In the meantime, thank you once again, Claire, for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again very soon here on the Reconnection Space.